Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And thanks for joining us. Welcome. 888-933-93, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Hey, today is BYU's first Big 12 basketball tournament game.
All right.
Wow. Ever. Yeah. 10:30 this morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Broadcasting live on BYU Network?
No, they can't. They don't play any of those
Big 12
anymore.
Network?
Yeah, Big 12. ESPN.
Okay.
Yeah. They play UCF today. They've beaten them twice. So beating a team 3 times in the same season is difficult, but I think they can do it. We'll see. We'll see. But basketball season, I mean, really heating
March
up
Madness.
now. March Madness is upon us. And then Sunday is the big selection show. So should be fun. Can't wait to see where everybody winds up. If BYU winds up in Salt Lake City, I'm going to be off next a week from Thursday.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
didn't want to come, so I'll just be here.
You'll be here?
Yeah. I didn't want to be invited to the
Oh, well.
to the games or anything.
And Jeffy was here
That's a
Monday.
good thing that you weren't then, wasn't it?
It is. It is.
I think Jeffy, it feels like Friday for him since he was here Monday. And it's only Wednesday.
I know.
Yeah, just Wednesday.
I know. It's okay.
Big day yesterday. Wow. The hearing with Robert Hur. I keep wanting to call him BenHur.
I thought that was his name. I thought that was.
I keep saying
chariot
that.
guy? The chariot guy?
I looked at the
thing?
television screen and it said Robert, and I was like, "That's not his name."
It's not his name's Ben. It's BenHur, right? Ben Judah Hur.
What are we doing?
Awesome.
But BenHur was testifying yesterday before Congress, and it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Here's Biden spokesperson Ian Sams on Biden's handling of the documents.
Yes, before we get started.
Yeah.
The transcript is going to show that the president had very clear and detailed testimony to the special counsel, that he did not know he had these, that he was unaware. We've said that from the very beginning of this case, that as soon as these documents were discovered, we fully cooperated with the Justice Department to ensure that they were returned. And why did we do that? We did that because the president takes classified information seriously.
Okay.
Yes, of course he does.
That's why you had it in that little box behind his Corvette.
Yes.
That guy
in the
there.
garage.
Yeah, that guy Ian Sams, he was great yesterday because he tweeted out something along the lines of, like, whose memory is bad? Look at this from the transcript. And it showed where Hur would say something like, all right, so maybe I'm misremembering, Mr. President, but blah, 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 blah. And then so this guy would highlight all these places in the transcript where Hur was saying, like, okay, maybe my memory is failing me, but, I mean, come on. They are trying so hard to make it look like, no, Biden's totally all there. It's you other people that have memory issues. They're desperate.
Special prosecutor Robert Hur gave some opening remarks yesterday.
My team and I conducted a thorough, independent investigation. We identified evidence that the president willfully retained classified materials after the end of his vice presidency when he was a private citizen. This evidence included an audio-recorded conversation during which Mr. Biden told his ghostwriter that he had, quote, just found all the classified stuff downstairs, end quote. When Mr. Biden said this, he was a private citizen speaking to his ghostwriter in his private rental home in Virginia.
Okay. What? Sorry, we're a little distracted right now because
this is the
We
one.
got camera
whatever
issues in
camera.
here.
This
Our
is
camera's
the one
broken.
that's on.
That one.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, so it's usually this.
Yeah.
So I'm
But now we're
oriented
over
to
there.
that, and now we're over here. All right.
Let's do Kelly Armstrong. He had some questions. Go.
Well, I'm still distracted. I can't do Kelly Armstrong.
I mean, just
right
look
now.
at that one. It's
You just
fine.
completely
Everybody knows.
messed me up
It's
now
just a side
today.
shot. Just look at that one.
I don't want a side shot. All right, go ahead. Kelly Armstrong has some questions.
Mr. Hur, classified documents were found at the Penn Biden Center.
That's correct.
They were found in President Biden's garage
In Wilmington, Delaware, yes.
and in his basement den,
Also in the same home, yes.
Yes.
and
Yeah,
his
also
main
the same.
floor office,
Correct.
and his third floor den
Correct.
at the University of Delaware
Yes.
and at the Biden Institute.
Correct.
Correct.
And at the 7-Eleven down the street from his house.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Same place.
And a warehouse in the red light district. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And a Safeway location, aisle 14. Yes. Yes. Some of them were there, too. I mean, come on. But he didn't know about any of it. He didn't know about any of it. What are you going to do?
You're going to cooperate when you find out.
Right.
And,
That's right.
Look, is it his fault that he didn't oversee his due people well enough? Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, that was his excuse.
For sure.
Right? That was his excuse. Look, I had these people moving my stuff, and I didn't pay attention.
Can you believe they're even looking into Donald Trump and his treatment of the classified documents after Biden's been totally excused, absolutely excused from any responsibility or accountability?
Yeah, that comes up in a clip we have later on where Jerry Nadler inadvertently exonerates Trump. We'll get to that. It's fun.
All
it's
right.
fun.
Meantime, here's Matt Gaetz.
Strider, the president, I did not share classified information. I did not share it. I guarantee I did not. That's not true, is it, Mr. Hur?
That is inconsistent with the findings based on the evidence in my report.
Yes, it's a lie. It's just what regular people would say, right? Yeah, all right. So the next one. And all the stuff that was in my home was in filing cabinets that were either locked or able to be locked. That wasn't true either, was it?
That was inconsistent with the findings of our investigation.
Another lie, people might say, right? Because what you put in your report was among the places Mr. Biden's lawyers found classified documents in the garage was a damaged open box.
So why wouldn't Judah Ben-Hur call it a lie a lie? Why wouldn't he do that?
Inconsistent.
It was
inconsistent with my
it was
findings in the report.
inconsistent with the evidence that we obtained for the report.
I love the file cabinet was locked or could be locked.
Yeah. Could be locked.
No, okay.
It gets better from the transcript. Hur asked the president about a second tranche of boxes found behind a rocking chair. Joe Biden said, I have no GD idea. I didn't even bother to go through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I don't know, or I have no idea, or I have no GD idea, by the way, which is great. He's so super Catholic that he continues to do that and use the Lord's name in vain over and over and over.
He's consistent with that.
Because it's so important to him.
I mean, this is...
it's important to him.
This transcript is so creepy. He
over 100 times. But over 100 times he said he didn't know.
Listen to this.
100 times.
He joked about the FBI's raid of his homes to find classified information, saying, I just hope you didn't find any risque pictures of my wife in a bathing suit, which you probably did. She's beautiful.
Oh, my gosh.
Could you please stop talking now, Joe?
Oh, man.
Not a joke.
So bad.
Well, I mean,
so bad.
Don't.
At least
No.
Don't.
No.
No. Don't.
I
Don't.
just
No. Don't. All right. So that leads us to Jeff Ventura describing the Biden basement.
Is it accurate to quote your report that classified documents were found in, quote, badly damaged boxes in his garage near a collapsed dog crate, a dog bed, a Zappos box, and an empty bucket? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Those words do appear in the report.
yes.
So that's correct.
Yes, the answer is yes, Judah
Are
Ben.
these secure locations to store classified documents?
They are not.
Okay.
So Judah Ben-Hur really wants to be careful here, and
He's walking the line.
he's walking that.
He is.
Fine line. But that shows he's
look at
not
that. No,
a super partisan here.
That's the secure
But there
location
it
right
is.
there, the basement right there.
Everything was locked or could be locked.
Hold on.
Could be locked.
Look at that.
Where's the empty bucket? I run in the. Where's the dog bed?
I'm
Which
looking
one
for
of
the
those?
pictures of the wife.
And by the way, what's circled there? That damaged box. That contains information, classified information about our presence in Afghanistan.
Huh.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. Wow. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But Jim Jordan talked to Judah Ben-Hur about certain things as well.
That's his name. What?
Yeah. What? Go ahead.
Biden, this is a quote. Joe Biden risked serious damage to America's national security when he shared information with his ghostwriter. Shared it with his ghostwriter, the guy who was helping Joe Biden get $8 million. And oh, by the way, Mr. Hur, what did that ghostwriter do with the information Joe Biden shared with him on his laptop? What did he do after you were named special counsel?
Chairman, if you're referring to the audio recordings that Mr. Zwanitzer created of his conversations with
exactly
Mr. Biden,
what I'm referring to.
He slid, if I remember correctly, he slid those files into his recycle bin on his computer.
Tried to destroy the evidence, didn't he?
Correct.
The very guy who was helping Joe Biden get the $8 million, Joe Biden used the motive for Joe Biden to disclose classified information, to retain classified information, which he definitely knew was against the law.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, everyone knows just because you slide it into the recycle bin, it doesn't go away, right? Everyone knows that.
Goes away, vanishes, right? Forever.
You have to go inside.
Does everyone know that?
You have to go back inside
into
the recycle bin and then delete it.
Yeah.
You want a little bit more from this
Not that I've
transcript
ever had to do anything like that, but I'm just saying people know.
Right. Yes.
People know.
So Joe asked in the transcript here, when did I announce for president? And Hur stepped in to say that it was 2019. And then later in the interview, Biden needed clarification on when he departed the vice president office.
My gosh.
Well, if it was 2013, wait, when did I stop being vice president?
Holy
2017, his attorney replied. At another point in the transcript, Biden needed help to confirm that he was serving as vice president in 2009. You recall from 2009, 2017.
Yeah.
And the quote from Biden was, in 2009, am I still vice president? Bro, you just started at that point. But remember what we learned from this report. From
he's busy.
BenHur.
Yeah, I remember all this.
That Biden isn't competent enough to stand trial. But again, no charges are going to be filed, so he will remain president. It's a bizarro world we're in.
Sure is. Doesn't make any sense.
And what becomes of this? What becomes of Ben's testimony?
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing will come of it. I mean, we've seen enough to know that absolutely nothing is going to come of this. It's worse than I thought it was, and nothing is going to come of it. Yeah. Nobody cares. They don't care.
Well, we should hear from the Democrats then, right? And see how they handled the trial yesterday.
Here's Steve Cohen trying to defend Biden.
Okay.
To be president, you need to have values. You need to have an understanding of what values America has and needs to maintain to keep the world safe and peaceful.
Okay.
That's dealing with Ukraine. That's dealing with difficult people like Netanyahu in Israel to try to get something done that's correct.
Difficult people.
What Joe Biden does, and understanding Social Security and Medicaid are important institutions that help seniors, not senile people. I mean, I really object to that comment. People, he's not. Nobody suggests he's senile.
I
that's
am.
disrespectful
I'm
to
suggesting
senior people with any kind of memory
disability. Nobody? Lots of people
seniors have memory disability, but they're not senile, and to do such was shameful. Joe Biden is a competent, good president who knows American values.
He's not. He's not.
Gentleman's time is expired.
He's messed up, too. He needs to go as well.
Yes, he does.
No, he's just in a rage defending the indefensible.
Netanyahu.
Okay, a lot of seniors have problems. Yes, but they're not president of the United States, doofus. That's the problem here. We've got a guy who's incapable of fulfilling the duties of the office. And it's pretty clear at this point. And this hearing yesterday made it all the more clear.
Sure did.
And yet he's still there.
Doesn't matter.
And he's going to continue to still be there. And he'll probably get reelected in November.
That can't be. That cannot happen.
It can't.
Bite your lip.
Can't.
Bite your lip, bite your tongue, swallow it, whatever you need to do. That cannot happen.
Yeah, I mean, it can't. I think we're done if it does. Jerry Nadler exposes anti-Trump hypocrisy without really realizing it.
Because they were concerned that Trump had lied about possession of those documents and might conceal or destroy them. Special Counsel Smith found that President Trump obstructed his investigation by suggesting that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. At any point in your investigation, did you have any reason to believe that President Biden lied to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do address in my report one response the president gave to a question that we had posed to him that we deemed to be not credible.
Was it clear he didn't lie?
I'm sorry,
No.
Congressman.
No, even
He
The
just said
report
no.
is clear that he didn't lie, or
What?
that he caused his
No.
staff to lie to you, and that he didn't cause his staff to lie to you. Your report is clear on that.
I
You
did
agree that causing someone to lie to the FBI is a
No,
classic
no,
example of
Jer.
obstruction of justice?
So
So
No.
you're answering the question for him,
No, Jer.
rather than allowing him to answer the question.
But see, now Nadler was going back to Trump
yeah, I know.
and saying, because that's what his little gal whispered in his ear, and her's like, yeah, Trump didn't lie. I mean, he just made the point. It's just we are a joke nation at this point.
Then Jayapal tried to get at Judah Ben-Hur. See how that went.
So this lengthy, expensive, and independent investigation resulted in a complete exoneration of President Joe Biden. For every document you discussed in your report, you found insufficient evidence that the president violated any laws about possession or retention of classified materials. The primary law that you analyzed for potential prosecution was part of the Espionage Act, 18 U.S.C. 793E, which criminalizes willful retention or disclosure of national defense information. Is that correct?
Congresswoman, that is one statute that we analyzed. I need to go back and make sure that I take note of the word that you used, exoneration. That is not a word that
I'm
appears
going
in
to
the
continue
report,
with
and that's
my
not part of my
questions.
task as a
I'm going to
prosecutor.
continue with my questions.
The
I
judgment
know
that I
that the
received,
term.
that I ultimately reached
I know
related to
that the
whether
term.
sufficient evidence existed such that the likely
You didn't-
outcome
you
would be
exonerated
a conviction.
No,
I know
I
that
did
the
not
term
exonerate.
telling you he
willful
did not.
retention has a. Mr. Hur, it's my time.
I can't take it.
Thank you.
I know.
I
She's
just can't take it.
agonizing.
Hideous
Can't
individual.
take it. Oh my gosh, that's just outrageous. Jeez. Well, let me ask you a question. Are you being lied to?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. We all are. Wall Street tells you if you follow their investment advice, then you're going to do really well, right? You'll retire in a lower tax bracket. Yet a lot of retirees who follow their advice are finding themselves in the highest tax bracket of their lives. But there's another way. It's the bank on yourself system. It's a better way to grow and protect your hard-earned money. This retirement plan alternative has never had a losing year in over 160 years. That's incredible. Guaranteed predictable growth and retirement income with Bank on Yourself. Your plan doesn't go backward when the markets tumble. Your principal and growth are locked in. You get tax-free retirement income. You'll know what your tax rate will be in retirement. It'll be 0 under the current tax law, which protects you from the coming tax tsunami. And man, they are planning a tsunami. So you are in control. You get access to your money for any purpose with no questions asked and without government penalties or restrictions on how much income you can take or when you can take it. Try doing that with your 401k or your IRA. You can't. So you might as well not even try because you can't do it. This strategy is famous with businesses like McDonald's. They've used it, and almost anybody can do it. Do you want guaranteed, predictable annual growth, control of your money, and tax-free retirement income? Then go to bankonyourself.com/unleashed. We'll send you a free report with the proven retirement plan alternative that banks and Wall Street are desperately hoping you never hear about. Just go to bankonyourself.com/unleashed. Get your free report. bankonyourself.com/unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Have we done that? We've done the Jim Jordan one already.
No, we
right?
have another one.
Oh, we have another. Okay, there's 2 Jim Jordan clubs. Good. I like Jim Jordan at these hearings. Jim Jordan shines.
I mean, that's
at
what.
these
Yeah,
hearings.
that's when he's
That's what
at
he
his
does,
best.
right?
Yes.
That's the only time we ever see him, hear from him, know anything about him. Jim Jordan loves these hearings.
Yes, he does.
This is when he's at his best. This is when he's in his element. So here he is again, asking if the White House tried to change the report.
And did the White House get the report before the report was made public?
We did provide a draft of the report to the White House counsel's office and members of the president's personal counsel team for their review.
No, I understand. And did the White House then, once they got the report before it went public, did the White House try to weigh in with your investigation on elements of that report and, frankly, get the report changed?
They did request certain edits and changes to the draft report.
So, in other words, the White House tried to manipulate.
They tried to change it.
Yep. We have some more fun stuff from that report, from the transcript, I should say. This is so remember how the left tried to say, how dare the special prosecutor bring up the death of Beau Biden.
Yes.
How shameful was that? Right. And then it came out and was less reported that, bro, Joe brought it up.
He's the one who brought it up. Yeah.
Here's the context of it from the transcript.
Biden says, well, I don't know. This is what? 2017, 2018, that area? Judah Ben-Hur says, yes, sir. Then Biden says, remember, in this time frame, my son is either been deployed or is dying. No, your son's already dead, buried, gone.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Okay, and so it was. And by the way, there were still a lot of people at the time when I got out of the Senate that were encouraging me to run in this period, except the president.
2017, 2018, okay.
All right.
The Senate? You've been vice president
not in the Senate.
Quite a while, bro.
Yeah, but he's still pissed that Obama didn't.
Exactly. He did mention that.
Endorse him.
Yep.
That's interesting. Well, he didn't want the endorsement.
That's correct. That's correct. He was standing at the train station saying he didn't want it. Yes.
Why didn't he endorse you? I asked him not to.
Yes.
Did you? Did you ask him not to? Okay. That was weird, but I don't blame you. I wouldn't want Barack Obama's endorsement either.
No.
I just would have assumed he did. But he goes on here.
That's all.
So he was out of the Senate. They were encouraging him to run.
He's vice president. He's been out of the Senate for
he's been
6
out
years, bro.
already. Long out.
7.
I'm not, and not a mean thing to say. He just thought that she had a better shot of winning, obviously meaning Hillary, winning the presidency than I did, and so I hadn't at this point even though I'm at Penn, I hadn't walked away from the idea that I may run for office again. But if I ran again, I'd be running for president. And so what was happening,
word.
What month did Beau die? Oh, God, May 30.
Okay, and then his attorney says?
Rachel Cotton, his attorney, says 2015. Okay, so this is up to 3 years before what he's talking about.
So somebody else says
Unreal.
2015.
Somebody else says, a bunch of people say, hey, Beau died in 2015, doofus. And Biden says, was it 2015 he had died? Yeah, it was May of 2015, according to a male in the room.
Okay.
And then Biden says, it was 2015.
So in that one answer,
that's incredible.
In that one answer, he's like, okay, so we're talking about 2017, 2018. I don't know if you want to put that back up, Joe. But then he says something about leaving the Senate and running for office.
Yeah.
You've been the vice president since 2009. What are you talking about leaving the Senate now and running for office? And clearly he's talking about running for president.
He has no idea.
In 2016.
No clue.
Even though I was at
no
Penn,
freaking clue.
Did he ever do anything at Penn?
No. He never taught
that's
there.
another thing.
He never taught. But that's...
he got an office where he kept classified documents. That was about it.
That's about it. Mm-hmm. Seriously is.
Laundered some Chinese money through there.
So he had no idea when his son died. He didn't know if he was still alive in 2017 and 18, even though he'd been dead for up to 3 years by then. That is, and then he gets all pissy about it.
Yeah. Right.
I thought the question
how dare they ask me?
It's none of your business. None of your damn business. Remember that? I mean, it's unbelievable.
It is incredible.
And they didn't even ask him about it. He brought it up because he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Jeez. I mean, this is something else. This guy, the 25th Amendment should be invoked, and he should be gone right now. He should absolutely be out of office. He's incapable of doing his job.
A lot of people have mental disabilities. He's just not senile.
Don't say senile. That makes me angry. I'm flustered. Blah, blah, blah.
And you know what? If they were president of the United States, I'd have a problem with their position too. But they're not president of the United States, so I don't have any problem with their senility. I mean, that's just, it happens. Happens to just about everybody. Although I know some pretty sharp 80 and 90-year-old people who have not been mentally affected like that. They've been slowed down in some ways, but man, they're sharp mentally. He just isn't.
No, he's not.
Well, he's sharp enough to
not.
keep writing checks to Ukraine.
Well, sure. I mean, because that's the most important thing. It's Ukraine first in this government, right? Ukraine first.
That's for sure.
More money on its way. More aid.
My God.
$300 million worth.
though, right?
Yeah, $300 million. Yeah, 300, whatever. I spit it. Yeah.
But again, nothing's going to come of it.
Yeah, nothing
will happen with this.
With this testimony stuff.
Is he sending another $300 million in aid?
He's sending another $300 million in aid. And
plus, they're trying to get the $60 billion done.
Correct.
And I did the math there. And I mean, granted, it's Keith math, but we've already sent enough to Ukraine that could have built the border wall between U.S. and Mexico 7 times.
Well,
7 times. Now, if it's just the cash you're talking about, well, that was military and humanitarian aid. Okay, if you just talk about the cash, then we can only build, you're right, 3 border walls between U.S. and Mexico.
Right, because this $300 million was for weapons and stuff, right? But so where did this money come from?
It came from the Pentagon that was supposed to go to our armed services. That's where it came from.
Because there was a report.
Came from a printing machine and air. Yeah. That's where it came from. Because we don't have anything to back it, and everybody knows that. We don't have any money. We are $34 trillion in debt. We don't have the money.
I'm so sick of hearing that.
Are you?
We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Everything's
we're
fine.
We're America. Everything's going to be fine.
The whole money thing.
That's
whatever.
What they honestly want us to believe that. They honestly want us to go with that theory. That because this is the United States of America, don't worry about the debt. The debt will never catch up to us. When it does catch up to us, and it will because it has to, it's inevitable.
Well, it's already.
That the debt will hit us hard. But, I mean, we've seen nothing yet. No. We're going to see inflation.
It's going to be fine because we're just going to zero everything out.
If we only see 40% inflation, it's going to be a miracle. We could see Zimbabwe-like inflation by the time this catches up to us. And we could see unemployment that we've never seen in the history of this country before, including the Great Depression. We will see businesses going out of business, going bankrupt. I mean, it is, and again, it's inevitable. We've spent ourselves into oblivion. Someday, we're going to have to pay the piper. The chickens are going to come home to roost.
I say we kill the piper right now.
Yeah.
Your grocery
and
bill,
the chicken before it comes home.
Thank you.
Kill the chicken and the piper.
And the piper
Your
right
grocery
now.
bill is the early pangs of this hyperinflation ride. Can we put up some numbers? What do we got in there, Joe? Put up some numbers of the Biden economy here. There we go. Look at that. Since Biden took office, look at these things.
Groceries, 21.2%. That's up 21.2%. Eating out, 21%. See, that's... I hate that, but that's something you can do something about. You just don't go out to eat, right?
Okay, what do you do about baby food?
Baby food, I'm sorry, that 29.6%, you can't do anything about that. You got to have baby food. Pet food, 22.7%. Get rid of your pet.
Yeah, you're going to have to eat your pet.
Eat them, yeah.
Rent's up 20%. Electricity, 28.4%. Natural gas up 30%. Clothes or apparel, as it says there, 12%. Used cars up 20.3%.
If you can find a used car.
If you can find one. That's a good point. Yeah. Airfare, 31.4%. Public transportation, almost 21%. And real average weekly wages are down 4.2%.
Yeah, put up that other graphic here because...
He keeps lying about that stat.
Yeah, he sure does.
He keeps saying that's up.
Oh, there's that one. Yeah,
that's up and prices are down.
Yeah, that kind of covers it. But what was the other one that you sent, Chris, that said weekly wages are down 4.2%, but under Trump they were up, I don't know, it's up on your computer there. Under Trump, what was the weekly wage number in comparison?
Let's see. Consumer prices. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
under Biden, under President Trump, inflation averaged 1.9%, and real average weekly earnings were up 8.2%.
So it's gone down 12.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're in hell.
Oh, that's amazing.
Elections have consequences.
That's a great stat.
Boy, those 81 million votes.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Carl Smith tweets, how much of the transcript of Joe Biden's testimony before Robert Hur, it's Judah BenHur,
thank you,
was just a best guess interpretation of his mumblings by the transcriber? Release the recording.
No kidding. I'd
love to hear that.
Slide them out of the recycle bin.
There's no way they allow that.
From Adrian Slade, the idiots on the left think they got a cognitive win out of the State of the Union address, but Robert Hur and his report are in their way. Yeah, and I don't understand that. Yes, he got through an hour speech without absolutely freezing or stopping and saying, anyway.
Still, though.
But still, he stumbled and mumbled through the whole thing.
Screamed and hollered.
Yeah.
And this interview with her was 5 hours over 2 days.
Wow. Jeez. Frank Johnson's alter ego, he takes classified documents so seriously that he doesn't remember where he put them after he shouldn't have taken them. From Free Exercise, I don't think the docks in the basement next to the bucket and the dog bed could possibly be considered a national security risk. Creepy Joe had given all that information to China, Ukraine, and Iran long before those docks were ever found.
Point.
It's true. So the information was long released.
That's a good point.
Before that ever happened. All right, I wanted to linger just a moment on some of this economic information because the Biden administration got some bad news. Was it yesterday? Let me just put on my wife's specs here for just a moment.
Okay.
Because the consumer prices rose 0.4% in February. That's higher than they thought. So it went from 2.8% to 3.2% inflation. The overall prices, though, up 18.6% under Joe Biden. Okay, so when they tell you
on average,
inflation is down,
some things are higher.
It's down.
Yeah.
No,
not so much.
Yeah. So the average is 18.6. Under Biden, inflation has averaged 5.6%. That's way higher than it should be. And real average weekly earnings are down 4.2%. That's crazy. It's crazy. He keeps saying average weekly and real wages are up. No, they're not.
Which we discovered is even worse than that because they were higher under Trump.
Yes. Yes, they were much higher.
Yeah.
Inflation averaged 1.9%. Real average weekly earnings were up 8.2%. And Biden keeps trying to claim the win here. No,
I don't know how.
I'm sorry. You can't.
No way.
Real average weekly wages down 4.2% under Joe Biden. I mean, that's just incredible. And as I think Jeffy pointed out with Jeffy math, even, that's 12% since the Trump days.
With the wages, yeah.
Wow.
And for many people,
Down
it's a lot worse than that.
12%.
Right? I mean, it's just incredible.
How many?
It is incredible.
And this is the thing, is the left always like to say it's the economy, stupid.
Yeah.
Well, if it were, then you would be on board voting for Trump.
Yes.
But instead,
Right.
you have this seething hatred for the man that you
That's
can't even
irrational.
get past what has always been your standard.
So
the
irrational.
economy, stupid.
Yeah.
These people are insane.
Exactly right. All right. It's time to chew the fat with Jeffy.
right.
Let's do that.
AI.
It's that time again on Pat Unleashed.
Oh. It was.
When a man rolls in like a tumbleweed.
Nice little country version.
You know he's coming from the quaking ground. And his taste in fashion is world renowned.
Quaking.
Yes, it's Jeffy Fisher, come to have a chat. Gather around, Pat, it's time to chew the fat.
Thank you so much. Fury and Energy
Wow,
created
nice.
those.
That's great.
On
That's
AI.
awesome. And thank you for
That's
that.
really nice. So the 2024 Oscars were the most watched in 4 years.
In 4 years?
In 4 years. The Jimmy Kimmel hosted telecast
That's
on
their big
ABC
claim to fame?
Yes.
The most watch in 4
years.
years.
It averaged 19.5 million viewers, according to the time zone adjusted fast national ratings. So
wait a minute. When everyone was on lockdown 4 years ago, that's when they had a large audience. Right? I mean, that's
23
the last time.
23.64 million, right, with the lockdown.
And here's the thing. People just wanted to tune in to see if it was going to be ruined by the Palestinian protesters. Because everybody knew, heading into this year, the Palestinian protesters wanted to completely end the broadcast. And so I think people were curious. Wow. Is that going to happen?
And last year's ceremony drew 18.76 million.
Yeah.
And according to the stories, they all want to say the telecast has slowly built back its audience.
No, bull
have
crap.
they?
No,
because you look
they
at the
have not.
charts from the year 2000 when they had
40 million?
46.3 million people.
Wow.
And then in the years 2000 to 2014, there were 9 years there that they had over 40 million viewers.
Holy cow.
Then after 2014,
book.
Yeah, bottomed out. I mean,
curse splat.
I would say, and I think we've talked about it before, even that really is social media put an end to the worship.
And yes,
of the
I think so
of the actors.
And the other thing is, they have realized one of their mistakes, and that's nominating movies that nobody saw. And so,
well, they've added
they
to
had
that.
the two biggest movies of the year that were nominated for Oscars, and so that created a little bit of interest, maybe too.
Yes.
And then you got these Hollywood morons, buffoons showing up with the bloody hand thing,
and they can't shut their mouth. They can't shut their mouth. I was so happy that Douche Nero was blocked out of it.
He's terrible.
Anything.
He's terrible.
And I just can't take him.
How about Mark Ruffalo?
I know.
Oh my gosh, Billie Eilish, Ava DuVernay. Those three idiots with the bloody hand. You know what that represents? Pen. You know what that's from?
They don't.
They
well,
apparently.
Maybe they do.
They might.
Maybe they do.
It is from the year 2000 when two Jewish IDF reservists mistakenly drove through Ramallah and got captured by Palestinian police. Then they were brutally murdered in their jail cell by a crowd of bloodthirsty thugs, one of whom showed his bloody hand in a now famous photo because he was so proud of having Jewish blood on his hands. That's what they're wearing as a lapel pin.
Yeah, for the ceasefire.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be for the ceasefire.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Unreal.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Then we had the Razzies this past weekend, the Golden Raspberry Awards since 1981. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, that's funny.
Was the big winner, scoring prizes for worst screenplay, worst director, worst screen couple, worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel, and overall worst picture. Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey. Other Razzie champions.
That's what happens when you lose your copyright.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oscar winner John Voight, 85, for his Lucky Charms leprechaun Irish accent in the crime thriller Mercy. And then Megan Fox won 2 trophies this year. For Worst Actress, Johnny and Clyde, and Worst Supporting Actress, Expendables 4. Which is, that's a rare Razzie feat to win 2 awards like that. And Sylvester Stallone received yet another Razzie for Worst Supporting Actor in Expendables 4. He has double-digit Razzie victories, so Stallone is at the top of the heap in Razzies. Yeah, I mean,
must be proud.
You have to be. You have to be. FDNY, the fire department for New York, their brass is a tad unhappy with the rank and file. Fire Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh launched an investigation to track down offending firefighters. The controversy stems from a department ceremony Thursday at the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, where the crowd, including the families of captains, battalion chiefs, and civilians up for promotion, did this.
Attorney General Letitia James.
I don't like Letitia.
Oh, come on. We're in a house of God.
First, that means something to her.
Simmer down.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for getting it out of your system. I want to thank Commissioner
it's not
Kavanaugh
out of our system, by the way.
and Chief Hodgins for that recognition. And today we are making history. swearing in our first African-American woman chaplain of FDNY.
Yeah, and they gave her an applause, but the brass is not happy.
No, they're trying to track down the guys who booed, right?
handed out a memo to the Big Apple firehouses warning firefighters that department investigators are reviewing video footage of the event in Brooklyn, and we're going to ID those behind the grossly inappropriate conduct and caution them to keep their politics at home. When you're not on duty, feel however you want about politicians. Vote, protest, that's your right, but don't you do it on job's time, on other members' times, or on their families' time. The memo also said that the department's reputation with the ceremony's host has also been damaged. Oh no! We may lose the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn. Maybe they could, give it to the homeless. I don't know. Anyway, the department's Bureau of Investigations and Trials, BITS, is going after the offenders. So they said that firefighters should understand that BITS is gathering video and identifying members that brought discredit to the department. Wow. So they said that their spokesperson, Jim Long, said that the department's investigation into the raucous ceremony wasn't about politics, but rather about professionalism at an official event. It's got nothing to do with politics. It's about professionalism, and nobody's hunting down anyone. Well, that's not what the FDNY Chief Department John Hodges email said. He said that, hey, we're going to hunt these people down, and we're investigating this, and we'll figure out who the members are, and I recommend they come forward. I've been told by the commissioner it'll be better for them if they come forward, and we don't have to hunt them down. So they are hunting them down. That's incredible. We want the members to come forward so that they can be educated why their behavior is unacceptable.
Wow.
So how dare they? Don't you dare.
Don't boo.
Chant.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That is unacceptable. German man, I think we talked about this off the air, but we never got to it on the air. A German man has deliberately gotten vaccinated for COVID-19 a whopping 217 times. And he didn't report any side effects from as many jabs. And researchers are now studying the possibility that he is the most vaccinated person in history. The immune system of the 62-year-old man from central Germany, who's not been named, is still firing on all cylinders. That was reported in the Lancet Infectious Diseases Journal. And, man, I love the Lancet Infectious Diseases Journal. Can't tear me away from that when it gets posted. They said the man voluntarily received so many shots against all medical advice and warned against jumping to far-reaching conclusions from this single case. But by all reports, he's fine. Has not gotten COVID.
Oh, good.
And so, he's fine. They do warn against what they call hyper-vaccination. But by all reports, he's fine. So why don't you just shut up about the vaccine, okay?
Okay.
Why don't you just shut up about the vaccine? Now, speaking of drugs, I see the FDA is expediting the development of LSD to treat anxiety. A single dose of LSD formulation MM120 had a 48% rate of remission when generalized anxiety disorder after 12 weeks.
Wow.
So they're microdosing, yeah. The biotech company MindMed revealed the positive clinical trial results, which were enough for the FDA to grant the drug breakthrough therapy status, which can lead to fast-track approval. So, I mean...
Weird.
I am not an investor, and I most definitely am not an investor or an investment guru. But if I had extra money like you do, a listener of this show and Chewing the Fat, I might invest in MindMed. Their stock already is going through the roof, man.
Is it?
Yeah. And so after this encouraging trial, MindMed may make you a little bit of money.
I mean, there's some promising signs and indications for LSD for some reason and ketamine.
Yeah.
For depression. So they're using it a lot on people.
look, I've been doing my own clinical trials.
Have you?
So if MindMed needs to call, I'm here for you.
Okay.
No problem. They could just email me, chewingthefat@theblaze.com. I'm here for you. No problem. Don't worry about it. Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, we've seen those team up with the same locations. I did have a KFC Taco Bell near my house. That's closed down now, though. But coming soon in America, we will have Applebee's and IHOP. They are launching a co-branded location.
No.
The parent company of IHOP and Applebee's has announced it has begun opening up dual-branded locations, combining the back-of-the-house cooking areas and blending front-of-the-house dining areas. Dine Brands Global's most recent earnings call, the CEO, John Payton, said the company has already rolled out 8 prototypes of the concept at select international locations, and the most recent one opening up in Mexico, outside of Mexico City. The idea is to, and get this, and I don't know if your business is like this, Pat, but according to John Payton, the CEO of Dine Brands Global, the idea is to reduce costs while maximizing revenues by attracting customers. So, I mean, that's I read that from his quote at the earnings call, and I thought,
you're trying to attract customers?
The idea is to reduce costs while maximizing revenues by attracting customers. Really?
What a surprise.
I can't believe
what
it.
a weird business model that is.
And so I want to do this real quick. Just look for that. I can't wait for that. The IHOP Applebee's showing up. I want to get to, I brought an animal video specifically for this show today. Animal video gone viral. Now, no one supports zoos more than me. Chewing the Fat and Jeff Fisher. The video of 2 Texas zookeepers who unexpectedly found themselves enclosed in the exhibit with a silverback gorilla named Elmo. And you see the people filming it here, and you can see the silverback gorilla Elmo's like, what is happening in my area? Something is happening. I know something is not right. I'm kind of freaked out. I'm about to get into somebody. What's going to happen? Okay, and you see as when he moves, the zookeeper moves. Whoop, in the shadow of the tree. Whoop. Okay, we're hiding, and you hear the people filming. Oh my God, God help her, God help her. And says a quick prayer, which I believe is better than the what the we usually hear on videos that go viral.
How'd this end up?
So this continues on, and they get out safely.
Oh, good.
They get out safely, yeah. Good. The thing is that it had like 25 million views after it was posted, but this happened back in October. Nobody knows why they just posted the video. Really weird. But they did get out safely. So.
Oh, good.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. It's youtube.com/Pat Gray if you want to check that out. Make sure you check us out and review with 5 stars. And then others will have better access to the show, if you would. That'd be awesome. Trump and Biden both clinched the nomination last night.
It's over now, right?
It's over.
Done.
Yep.
It's going to be them.
Yep, they both hit the mandatory amount of delegates that they needed. Surprise!
Yeah, could you break that to me? I didn't expect that to happen.
I know, but it did.
And on the same day that that happened, it came out that RFK for vice president is considering
Aaron Rodgers and Jesse Ventura.
That's awesome.
Wait, what?
I thought when I saw that,
Aaron Rodgers?
I swear I thought it was Babylon B.
Yeah,
I thought it was Babylon B.
I know. I had to check the sources.
Yeah.
As well.
Isn't Aaron Rodgers busy this fall?
I think he's under contract with the New York Jets.
Under contract. Yes. So if he's able to play, he's supposed to play.
I feel like RFK has the vax issue on lockdown. What does Aaron Rodgers bring to the table? Like you got to get the pro athlete vote. Like I don't know what.
It's weird.
What do we know about Aaron Rodgers?
What do we know about?
And Jesse Ventura
is just
bro. Insane. He's just flat out insane.
Jesse Ventura.
And he splits his time between the U.S. and Mexico. That's tough to run on. I live out of the country.
RFK just made it apparent that he's not even a serious candidate.
Not serious.
And that's not even a serious candidate.
That's weird, bro.
That is considering Aaron Rodgers, NFL quarterback, and Jesse Ventura.
I hope this was a trial balloon.
Insane person who doesn't even live in America full time.
That very well could be. Maybe he was joking around at a dinner or whatever.
I don't know. I didn't see the
Aaron
story.
Rodgers and Jesse Ventura. That's who I'm going to pick. And then we just
But the Aaron Rodgers camp said that they've been talking for weeks or something, almost every day. And about this, about that.
Very weird.
Yeah, not about that.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. But no, you're right. Jesse Ventura,
come on now.
That makes Aaron Rodgers look like a statesman.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Vote for me, I hate you. He hates everybody. Jesse Ventura.
All right, we got some tweets here. Hambone tweets, my electric and gas bills are combined. The bill has gone from $248 in 2021 to $509
in
2024.
Welcome, man. I get so frustrated seeing that come out of our account, and I'm like, how about we turn off a light?
I know,
and it doesn't
help.
No, it does not.
Sons of Thunder 43 in the Biden economy, he turns dollars into cents. Yeah, in fact,
hello, thank you.
Just got some cool things sent. One of the things that was sent to us, this is from Anna D. to Pat and the gang. Just like the Fauci to Sisi prayer candle, I wanted to give you guys two more items that say it all. One is the Trump bobblehead here with the mugshot. That's the mugshot bobblehead.
As part of the gang.
Yeah, we're in the gang.
Thanks.
What do we get?
Yeah, and
thanks.
You get to look at it just like I do.
Okay.
And then also included a Biden coin, which is beautiful.
That's kind of
How much is that worth?
So it's got Joe Biden, and then on the back it tells you how much exactly it's worth. 0 cents.
0 cents. Perfect.
It's funny.
So great.
So Anna sent the awesome.
Thank you.
St. Fauci of DCC candle as well, huh?
Oh,
okay, look at that.
Did you?
Well, there was a little shake-up this morning, as a matter of fact, because
it went missing.
I thought the candle was missing. I thought we were going to
put it just fell behind.
I was ready to put this building on lockdown, and then I realized it had just fallen in.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, as you can see. There it is, right there.
All right.
One more mom tweets: groceries are much higher now than the number we've been reporting. There are no sales anymore.
Gosh, yeah. Look at that.
And there's the list again. You can read it for yourself. It's insane. Used cars and new cars are outrageous right now.
Sure are.
What you pay for a 2024, it doesn't even have to be a luxury brand vehicle. They're dang expensive. Really. And I know there's cool technology being integrated into all of these cars, and it's usually just part of the package now, but my gosh, it's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah, and on that front, breaking news, Family Dollar and Dollar Tree will close about 1,000 stores as inflation takes a bite out of consumers' wallets and discount retailers' profits.
Because there's no such thing as a dollar store anymore. They can't sell anything for $1. Do they? Do they still sell dollar items, or is it $5?
Pat.
I know.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. So everything still is $1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. What was there?
Actually, I think the dollar store, they had some items that were going up to $1.25 and $1. I mean, they have to. The products.
I forgot what the store in New Jersey was that I saw when we lived there before Bidenomics.
The $20 store?
No, it said everything's $1 and more, or something $1 and up, or something. It's like, wait a minute. So you're a store. You're a store.
Yeah.
So bad.
Hey, did you see Snickers? Speaking of the prices and the shrinkflation and all of that nonsense, Snickers is coming back
Good for
at
them.
Joe Biden.
They're pissed.
Thank you for doing that. I'm so glad to see this. They're contradicting his claim that the size of their candy bars has been secretly reduced. He even attacked them in the State of the Union last week. He said, look, too many corporations raise prices to pad their profits, charging more and more for less and less. That's why we're, get this, cracking down on corporations that engage in price gouging and deceptive pricing from food to healthcare to housing. In fact, the snack companies think you won't notice if they change the size of the bag and put a hell of a lot fewer same size bag but fewer chips in it.
It's almost like I'm reliving the speech.
No, I'm not joking. It's called shrinkflation.
Yeah, we know. We know.
That he specifically mentioned Snickers. You probably saw that commercial on Snickers bars. You get charged the same amount, and you got about, I don't know, 10% fewer Snickers in it.
Is that the quote? Did he? Is that what the actual what he said?
That's the actual
quote. I don't even
remember. Yep, the actual quote. Not that it's 10% smaller. You get 10% fewer Snickers in it. He doesn't even know what a Snickers bar is. He thinks there's plural Snickers in the bar.
Well,
there are now.
You have a Snickers in your breathing room.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense then. So anyway, their statement reads, "We have not reduced the size of Snickers singles or share size in the U.S. Like many industries, we continue to face high inflation and spikes in material costs. However, we work to absorb these extra costs wherever possible to provide affordable treats and the best value. Final prices are always at the discretion of the retailer, but we make every effort to minimize costs to provide a full range of delicious products."
So why don't you shut up?
Yeah, so shut up, you old man. You don't know what you're talking about, and even if you did, it's not up to you.
Thank you.
You mean you're cracking down on industries,
I hate that so
on
much.
companies? What are you talking about? Are we still America? And of course, no, we're not.
No is the answer to that.
We're not.
And maybe Joe should have been paying women more this whole time. There was like a flashback thing yesterday that Free Beacon did where they were like, yeah, in all 35 years that he was a U.S. Senator, Joe Biden paid women on his staff 67 cents
on the dollar
for each dollar that men were paid in his office.
So
67 cents.
So they were getting paid.
Oh, my gosh.
They were getting paid, right?
There we
Did
go.
you tell me?
That's just whatever, man.
I can't.
I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, they were getting paid, Jeffrey.
Well, here's the thing. The same people who yell about the unequal pay are the same ones
Always.
who practice unequal pay.
Always.
Barack Obama did the exact same thing during his administration.
Always.
He bitched about it endlessly.
Right.
And then continued to pay them less than men.
And this freaking guy, Joe Biden,
Jeez.
I stand up to bullies. It's the biggest bully there is.
For sure.
Yeah,
He's getting in everybody's face all the time.
And on the women and men and equal pay argument, it's one thing to say, hey, men do tougher jobs. They're typically in industries that require more physical labor. They're maybe out in the oil fields or doing something like that,
Yeah,
and
men's work.
therefore are getting more pay. But when you're in a Senate office and you're in theory doing the same exact work, then that's where we have a problem, Joe. What do you got there, Jeff?
I just tossed a Snickers bar, which I am
It has
a fan
been
of, by the
shrunken,
way.
which is shrunk. There's less Snickers
I gotta tell you,
in
it
there.
feels like there's less Snickers
There's
in there.
fewer Snickers in there.
I know what Snickers said.
How many ounces is it over there? What does it say on your little wrapper there?
I know what Snickers said, but it feels like it's smaller.
It looks smaller, too.
Yeah.
It actually does look smaller.
Yes, it does.
Keith's doesn't, though.
Right, mine looks bigger, right?
Yours looks bigger.
1 point. That's because of my hand size.
Because it is.
Oh, okay.
Because
that is
mine's
a giant
bigger.
size.
Mine's bigger. 3.29 ounces.
3.29. What's
This
yours?
is 1.86.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
So this is apples and oranges that we're doing here because I just got these out of the... I mean, I went and bought them at the store on my own with my own money. No, this is what's down at the thing over there.
Wait, what the big ones are?
Yeah, they just
Did
got
we get
them
a new
in.
shipment?
They just got them in, baby. What's up?
What the heck? Why am I getting tossed this little one?
Trying to analyze the down at the thing over there.
Do you ever walk past these doors? Have you ever walked past this general vicinity?
Yeah, of course.
Down at the thing.
Down at the cantina.
Okay,
Where
so
the
down at the
snacks are.
cantina, down at the thing over there, you got the bigger Snickers bar?
The snack bar here in the building.
So you got that there, or you
this
bought
morning. this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it. Yeah.
How'd you get ripped
take
off?
this from the company.
Where'd you get yours?
I paid top dollar for this.
At the Everything's a $1 and more store.
Everybody knows that's a lie. All right. So it's madness.
And
it's just sheer unadulterated madness.
Yeah.
That's all that's going on right now. And this president has to go.
That has to happen.
It has to happen. November 5th,
we can't.
He needs to be voted out of office.
And in fact, I don't even want him to wait around.
I don't either.
And do things that he can do between November and January. I want him gone.
He clinched the nomination. I still don't think he's going to be the nominee. I'm on that hill.
No.
And I'll die.
This makes it harder for him to go away, though, because
he does.
He
does. I already won the nomination.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I won the nomination. The people demand it.
Right. This way, Grant.
It's a mandate.
Keep walking.
Oh man. But he's got an argument now, right?
Yes, he does.
The people have chosen him. Yeah. What are you going to do? Of course, they had their option was Dean Phillips, I believe.
Who was the dingleberry that beat him on the island of Samoa? What's his face from Baltimore?
Yeah.
Right?
Jason Phillips? Jason, how quickly we forget.
Jason Bourne. It was Jason
Bourne. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
So if he does make it to the actual convention, you're going to see the fake jog to end all fake jogs going out to the podium to speak.
No doubt about it. He does it every single time. He, even if he's only walking like 3 feet somewhere, he does the fake jog. It's pathetic.
Yeah, the arm swing is what he's come down to now. Just that one arm swing.
But it's bizarre.
So bad.
All right. When you absolutely have to buy or sell a home and, it's really important, it's a huge investment, you need somebody on your side who really knows what they're doing. That's where Glenn's company comes in. It's Real Estate Agents I Trust. He started this company years ago because he had such a bad experience with his home. We've told you before. He sold his home in Connecticut for $39.95, and so he took a little bit of a loss on that. And he didn't want you to have to do the same thing. Buying and selling homes sucks. It's almost as bad as buying and selling cars. Almost. But I don't know that there's anything worse than buying a car. Oof. But the agents you work with are going to be the best in your area. They've been vetted by Glenn's team. They're the top sellers. They've got great marketing plans, great track records, and they are fans of the show, so you're going to have things in common with them. So go to realestateagentsitrust.com and let us find you the best realtor in your area. It's a free service we provide, hooking you up with the realtor in a nice way, and then you're off to the races with your realtor. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Kenneth Parker tweets, 11 of the last 13 economic reports have been revised after the first release to the public.
So it's
revised down.
So it's worse.
Down. Yeah, it's worse. It will be worse in about 2 days. Lil Bird 10 tweets, Dollar General items are more expensive than Walmart now. From Kara 3022, Dollar Tree's prices rose to $1.25 about 2 years ago.
Right.
And they also added $3 and $5 Dollar Tree Plus sections. Dollar Tree Plus.
Dollar Tree Plus.
Okay.
Plus size.
Now some price tags
It's like the fat guy section.
rose again to $1.50 to $1.75. However, some stores have loaves of bread marked at $3.
That's how they get you in, right?
Jeez.
Wow. I will say that I saw. There's all kinds of companies that are just closing down now, for sure. Stores are closing left and right now.
Yeah.
But now, it's over, right? Have a nice day. Have a nice day. I know.
From Waggling Snoobs. So with inflation, is chewing the fat going to go up in price now? That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Jeffy, how are you getting that price
I know
down?
you're fighting hard. I know you've been fighting. You've been fighting that good fight for a long time now. Why? We are appreciating your efforts on our behalf. Why does this? I don't understand why it ain't.
What's your manager giving you some grief on
I will
that,
just say that as of today, as of today, right now, it's still free.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
But when the hyperinflation hits, no more promises.
This show is free. Why is it such a problem?
Yeah. What's going on, man? Why do you have to fight every day? I love it.
I really don't understand why that's an issue.
Why do they go after you? I don't care for that.
Okay.
I don't care for that either. I really don't. It's wrong.
Maybe we
What's
should
happening
just march
here?
upstairs as a group on your behalf later.
We should stop trying to raise the price of Jeffy's.
Why does he have to fight
podcast?
you all the time?
Why does he have to battle you people in management? None of the rest of us
I do it for the listeners.
Glenn doesn't. I don't. Stu doesn't. Why? Why does Jeffy have to fight so hard?
No respect.
It's not right. It's not right.
Thank you.
It's not
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
And if I believed you, I'd
taking a stand. I'm taking a stand right now. A hard stand for you, my friend.
Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher.
Yes.
Available
Right
wherever
now.
you get your podcast.
For free so far. That's as of this moment.
Yeah,
that could change at any time.
It
but
could.
as of this
It
moment,
could.
it's still free.
TBD.
All right. If you are a subscriber to HBO, there's something coming your way that you're going to love. It's a documentary on Alex Jones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is going to be a real flattering documentary on Alex Jones because it's about Sandy Hook. And so I have a feeling it's not going to be favorable.
It's going to make me mad, isn't it?
Is it going to make you mad?
It is.
All right, here's the trailer, and you tell me if this is going to make you mad.
Thank you so much for joining us. There is a reported school shooting in Connecticut. And I said, they are going to come after our guns, look for mass shootings. And then magically it happens. This is staged.
Wow.
That's when our world turned upside down again.
Alex Jones is the most polarizing figure in this nation.
It's hard being a white person.
InfoWars was thought of as a fringe organization, but at its height, more people were watching than CNN.
Unlike controlled media, I try to tell the truth. The government will not tell you that during increased radiation levels, you need more iodine.
He turned some story into a need for a supplement.
You got parents method acting, the green screens, and the lies. It's not real.
What do you mean this didn't happen?
It started less than 48 hours after the shooting, and then it grew exponentially.
We need to analyze all these videos now.
Emails, letters threatening us.
It was a contagion spreading to billions of people, and it was only getting worse.
Billions? Come on. He doesn't have
that's when I filed the lawsuit against Alex Jones.
This is a show trial.
The most egregious case of defamation in American history.
75 million people believe that Sandy Hook was saved. I believe they're being fed and manipulated.
You believe everything you say is true, but it isn't.
Let's talk about InfoWars' business model.
You put out a story that gets people's attention.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com.
InfoWars is actually an infomercial, right?
These families have been hunted, and Jones is getting rich off it. It's just so obvious what they're doing.
That's how he runs his empire, and that needs to be stopped. You must tell the truth while you testify.
I believe I told the truth. This is a kangaroo court. This is a political action. It's a witch hunt.
This is not your show. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached a verdict. I hope to accomplish an era of truth. Please.
Okay, so there it is. I don't know when that debuts.
We're just going to relive Sandy Hook again.
Yeah.
Then the Sandy Hook trial.
Yeah.
With Alex.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I wonder if they're going to treat it fairly. I wonder how this is going to.
Well, we see how they're going to treat it.
I mean, it's very negative spin.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But, I mean, it is negative for him to say it didn't happen when everybody knows. Come on. It happened.
Okay, but it's also free
Everybody
speech.
knows it happened.
Yeah, I know that.
It is free
That's
speech.
where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
It is free speech.
And we've talked about it before. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible
Tragic
thing that happened.
Horrible. Yeah.
And I do not wish that on anyone ever.
But if he wants to hold that opinion.
But
yeah,
people were saying bad things about it. So,
it caused him extra grief, and I feel bad about that. But again, does he have the right to say it?
Well, I mean,
and sell his wares.
We found
So
out.
hang on a
we
second.
found out no, because they pulled the plug.
They did
on everything. I mean, almost everything
they
he
did.
had.
Okay, I don't know the answer to this question, but if someone doesn't believe, if they vocalize on a show or anywhere that they don't believe that the Holocaust happened, are families of Holocaust
They
victims,
should be able
are they
to.
able to sue now?
In today's world, they
Precedent's been
should
set,
be.
right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what's going on there in Belgium? We've got the former member of parliament who's getting a year in prison because he was in a group chat, a private group chat, where other members shared racist memes.
We're going to get into that in just a minute.
But boy, free speech is
'cause free speech is under attack.
Sure is.
It's under attack. Can he still say this kind of stuff?
To feel what the children are feeling.
Can he still say this?
God almighty.
Right.
Folks, we gotta get good people to stand up against these people. I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today because I have this disgusted cover for how I just hate the globalists, but it's more than that.
It's more than that.
And I just get flippant and angry, but it's because deep down, folks, I can see what they're doing, and we have a responsibility to stop these globalists.
Got to stop the globalists.
Where are the men in this country? Where are the men in this world? What the hell have we become?
Where are the men?
We just offer our children up to the system with the fluoride in the water and the GMO hurting them. And we let fat perverts grab them at the airport to train them for the pedophile government.
Right?
Tell me where he's wrong.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
All right.
That's classic Alex right there.
Oh, it's classic. Yeah, good stuff.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. A discussion is broken out, strangely enough, about Alex Jones, whether we should have him on the air or not. Might be fun.
I think it would
actually.
be. Sure
Might be
would.
fun.
Sure would.
If he knew what he was getting into, that we want to ask him hard questions. This is not going to be a softball thing. I just want to talk to you about, all right, what you said in court about performance art, what you said about this building being a CIA substation.
Some of those cases he might not be able to talk about, but we can
you
talk
probably
about
can't talk
everything.
about Sandy Hook. I don't know. But I'd like to ask him about it.
Maybe he could convince us of, say, 3 conspiracies that he believes
Are
the most
true.
important
Yeah.
that people need to know.
Yep.
Start with the Gulf of Tonkin because that's where he'll begin.
That's where
I'm sure that's where it all stems
roads
from.
lead to that.
All roads lead to the Gulf of Tonkin.
But is 2 hours enough for Alex Jones?
I wouldn't be. Seriously. I had him on in Houston had to be 2 hours one time. Were you there, Keith, when that happened? No. Oh, you'd already left by then. It was when he was really pushing the 9/11 conspiracy stuff, and that just went round and round.
Yeah, of course. I feel like we talked to him when he, when he first broke into the owl.
Oh yeah, right. I think Glenn did.
Yeah,
Glenn talked to him then.
Yeah, we talked to him back then when we were in Tampa for that.
Yeah, the owl. It's not Bilderberg. It's
what is it?
But that's not what it's called. It's not
Bohemian
called
Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian
That's
Grove.
what it is. Yeah.
I mean, there's Trilateral Commission. There's Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian
there's
Grove,
the
they burned the owl
Bilderbergs.
and
There's the bacon cheeseburger.
Yes.
There's the Whataburgers. I mean, there's so many.
That last one is delicious.
Yeah, the Whataburger.
So are you
it's
like
not.
if you have
No,
Alex in here, are you going to have a serious conversation with him?
Oh yeah,
or are
I'd
you
want to.
try to
Yeah.
no,
I'd
make it
want to.
lighthearted and
No, I want a serious conversation with him.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
It
I
would
think.
be.
Yeah,
Be fun.
it would. I think it would. All right. Speaking of which, Keith mentioned that free speech is just under assault all over the Western world. And check this out from Belgium. Former Finnish parliamentarian Dries Van Langenhouw.
nailed
love
that.
Dries.
Langenhouw.
Just keep moving.
There he is. Good looking man.
That guy right there.
He's just been sentenced to 1 year in prison because supposedly racist memes were shared in a private group chat he was a part of. He's not even the one who shared the racist memes.
Strange law there.
How is that even possible?
I've read an article on it, and I still don't understand it.
Wow, he was just
the
part of the
justification
group
for this.
chat,
Yeah.
right? And then somebody within the group chat shared the racist memes. And now he's doing a year in prison for it. My gosh, how is that possible?
I think the bigger issue here is that how is Belgium, how are you Flemish if you're Belgium? I think that's the... Anyway, no, so there was a back and forth between this former parliament guy who's been in the Senate. Him and Elon Musk were communicating yesterday on Twitter. And so this guy who's going to prison now, he said that he founded some group, Belgium's biggest and most influential political youth movement in 2017. It was banned from Twitter sometime later without reason. We allegedly have had a Facebook group, with 900 activists and a Discord chat with many hundreds of users. In one of the groups, someone said, post your edgiest meme. The edgy memes mentioned above were posted to this thread. Oh, I don't have them here. Just printed this up. A thread in which I didn't participate in. Wow. Now, 7 years later, I am the leading nationalist activist in Belgium and the Netherlands, and I am linked to the party that will win in the coming elections in Belgium. The regime wants to shut us down. Boy, that sounds really familiar, doesn't it, America?
Yes, it does.
And so they are using memes that were posted by others 7 years ago to put me in prison.
You know, and the free speech thing. It's just what we were just talking about with Alex Jones. Does he have the right to say certain things? They shut him down completely.
They shut him completely
right? They
down.
took him off of YouTube. They destroyed his platform.
All social media platforms.
Yeah. I don't know where he is now. Is he still?
He's on X.
InfoWars,
He's back on X.
Is he?
And he has his InfoWars,
Yeah, and by the way, along this line, Thomas Massey tweeted out yesterday, the so-called TikTok ban is a Trojan horse. Inside the proposed legislation, the president will be given the power to ban websites, not just apps.
Yeah, of course.
Careful.
Of course.
Careful.
And they're voting on the Congress.
Wow.
Congress is voting on that today, right?
Wow.
But of course, you knew that was.
Wow.
Careful.
They're trying hard.
They sure are.
They're trying to eliminate us.
Oh, absolutely.
All of us.
Absolutely. Now,
any opposition.
I did see where Jim Jordan is looking into our own Steve Baker situation with the federal government coming down on him and his
What about
reporting.
BenHur? Is he doing anything?
I don't know that BenHur's involved in this, but
Judah
Jim
Ben-Hur,
Jordan is looking into this. So hopefully they can shield, freedom of the press. Wow. You hear all these things we're talking about? This is all First Amendment stuff. This is stuff we learned in grade school that no longer applies in this country.
That's for sure.
Absolutely, it's terrifying, honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
Words can never hurt me.
Yeah. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Well, that's deep.
Or names will never hurt
Write
me.
that down. Do you have a rubber or glue one I could write down as well?
Pronouns will hurt me. If you use the wrong one when you describe me, that can kill me. Kill me dead, and you should go to prison if you use the wrong pronoun. But
don't joke, bro.
Well, people are.
I know. And as part of all of this, as part of this discussion, we got Neil Young coming back to Spotify.
All right,
His reason is hysterical.
This is so great.
Because why did he originally leave Spotify?
Because Joe Rogan made some comments he didn't like. And Joe Rogan wasn't banned from Spotify.
Because that was the only place you could find Joe Rogan.
Correct.
Yeah.
And now his justification is, since as Joe Rogan is now available everywhere, Jeffrey?
Yeah, he signed his new deal with Spotify, makes his show not exclusive to Spotify.
Right, so now it's safe to come back to Spotify because he hasn't been making money from Spotify.
Time out. If Neil Young is going to be consistent, then Neil Young is pulling his stuff off of all of the platforms, not coming back to Spotify, you hypocrite.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, these people suck.
Oh, my gosh. They can't even play their own game right.
No, they can't.
It's pretty bad.
Bro, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yep. If you're coming back to Spotify and Joe Rogan is still there, you're doing it wrong, Neil.
Thank you. That was the whole point.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Oof.
So... That's exciting.
That's
exciting to have Neil Young back on Spotify, so we have access to his music again. Isn't it? It's wonderful.
Because I wasn't able to go to
Yeah.
other platforms when I wanted to listen to Neil.
Right.
And listen to him.
Was it like? What is it like to want to listen to Neil? Tell us that.
I was forced to like Neil Young over the years.
So you
Your
do like
grandfather?
Neil Young?
Is your
Yeah.
grandfather did that to you? I'm so sorry. You were abused as a child.
Look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. In fact, you are an old man now. So you are the old man now. So that's exciting.
Live alone in
What is he, 80 now?
paradise. It makes
80?
me
He's got to
think
be
of
80.
two.
Oh gosh.
Neil?
Must I look up?
Look up Neil Young.
77, 78. I mean, he might have
Got to
broken
be close to 8. 78?
Yeah, okay.
All right. So he's a little younger than I thought.
He looks good.
I'm sure he does. He's lived such
What
a
is your
pristine
problem, man?
life that I'm sure he looks fantastic. Hey, in England, they've made a surprising decision that we certainly haven't yet in this country. No more puberty blockers for kids in England. How about that? According to NHS England, puberty blockers, which pause the physical changes of puberty, like breast development or facial hair, they will now only be available to children as part of clinical research
right?
trials.
You can still get it, so everything will be a trial.
Oh my gosh!
So if you still want to abuse your kid, then you can make sure to enroll them in these trials.
But they're no longer prescribed at gender identity clinics.
Right. Which is pretty big, actually. I mean,
yeah,
it's,
it is
it's
big.
a step.
I mean,
It's
it's a step.
Yes,
You're
it
right.
is.
It's a step in the right direction.
But what's amazing is how we used to say in Europe. We used to say
in Europe,
and now there are so many things where Europe.
In Europe, they're making good decisions.
Has more common sense than we do on a lot of things.
Not very
now.
well.
Pretty scary.
We just got done doing a story about a guy going to prison for being on a thread with a meme.
That's fair.
So let's not get too carried away with that. Europe.
Yeah, there's still some issues in Europe. So just keep that in mind. But the Western world is sinking right
we
now.
are. That's for sure.
By design.
It's really unbelievable. All right, let me tell you about this Blaze original docuseries. This is Jason's, right? Jason Buttrill?
Yeah, he's a big part of this. Yeah,
Big part of this? Mm-hmm. It's dropping tomorrow, Texas versus the feds. Here's a quick preview.
The standoff at the border is heating up between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the federal government.
Politicians will never let a crisis go to waste.
We have been invaded, and we have demanded support from the president, and they have refused to do so.
Well done, Governor Abbott. Where have you been for the last 3 years?
The crisis is being used by Republicans as a photo op.
Well, there's nothing at stake with the Shelby Park incident. No, this is not a great battle.
Just down the road, you can get in no problem, no Humvees, no armed guards.
What people don't realize is there's a way around everything.
By the Democrats to expand their voting base.
More than 85% of everybody reaching the border is coming in. That's the definition of an open border.
What the hell happened to Texas? We can take this country back. I swear to God, it's in our hands.
Debuts tomorrow.
Awesome.
Blaze TV.
My fellow co-host, Talking Walking Dead.
Oh, wow. Yeah. How about that?
What happened to Jeffy's mic? Did we forget to pay the bills?
We gave him the warning. I'm dumping. We do not bring that up in this show.
Oh, no.
A little battle between you and Chris.
No.
Is there?
Do we talk about that in this show for Jeff Fisher?
Wow.
I told you.
Wow.
I gave you the warning. I was going to dump you.
Bro, don't forget who runs the mics in there. Sorry.
It was good to see Jason doing his documentary. For
Does he
the
do
new
another
Blaze
show?
Originals.
Does Jason do another show?
He sits in on Sarah Gonzalez from time to time.
Is there anything else that Jason
And
Buttrill
anything
does?
He
else?
sits in
or-
to Sarah Gonzalez. I see him on Glenn's radio and TV show from time to time.
But
and
is there-
Talking Walking Dead.
So there's a show called Talking Walking? Because I didn't hear.
No.
rest
I
of
think
that.
it's Talking Walking Dead.
Okay.
Is the name of the show. Okay, so we can talk about it for Jeffy, but Jeffy can't. We found a loophole.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Okay. That's fun. That's just good, wholesome fun right there.
Good,
Jeffy.
wholesome.
Am I right or am I right? We've had this this tour of a high school in Indiana on our show prep docket for about a week or so. And it's pretty amazing. It's kind of fun to check this out because these spoiled little brats are getting absolutely everything.
I don't want to hear schools need money after you see this
video.
So this is a public school.
Yeah, public school in Indiana. This happens in Texas all the time, too. I mean, where they just build these Taj Mahals for the kids. And that's, do we really need, I don't know, 5 arboretums in one school, indoor and outdoor swimming pools? Do we need, theater screens?
Every time I drive past schools in my neck of the woods, there's some kind of remodeling going on.
Right. Yeah. Your tax dollars
additions, man. They are just building on.
Well, I just went to, they had a big, I don't know, festival of some sort for one of my grandkids at a high school. Now, he's not in high school, but that's where they held the thing. And so I went there, and we were checking out the school.
Yeah.
Afterwards, their kitchen is about twice the size of the entire high school I attended.
Yeah, did it make you angry?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we do this tour of this high school in Indiana, just know that when you see their kitchen, listen carefully to the kid. He says one of, I forget if he said several or 5 or whatever. Look at the size of this room where they learn, home ec or whatever in, and multiply that by, I forgot what the number was, he said.
Check out this high school.
Enraging.
Welcome to Carmel High School. Join us on a tour.
Okay.
This is the auditorium.
I'm a fan.
Oh, nice. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful.
This is the
Commons.
The Commons.
This is the catwalk.
Okay.
This is the planetarium.
Planetarium.
Senior hallway.
Senior hall?
Carmel High School library.
Okay, the high school library.
This is the Carmel Cafe and Market.
Wait, the cafe's bigger than the library.
This is the auto shop.
Wow.
This is the what?
Auto shop.
Auto shop.
This is the wood shop.
Okay.
Wood shop. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Main cafeteria.
Main cafeteria.
This is our 3-story freshman center.
3-story freshman center. Look at this TV news studio.
Yeah, they do the daily updates for the school.
Holy
This is
cow.
our live radio.
Look at that. It's bigger than most radio stations.
Look at the radio studio. That's better than most studios I ever worked in. Wow.
Computer lab.
That's awesome.
Including this one, by the way.
This is the
No, we know.
Freshman gym. They have multiple gyms, bro.
Freshman gym.
Wrestling room, baby.
Wrestling room.
Our
Okay.
wrestling room was an outhouse.
We had to crawl through
My
a small.
Yes.
Gosh. Oh, then the track.
Here's the
Indoor
field
track.
Field house.
Field house. Beautiful.
Field house, not gym.
Yeah, no, the field house is separate. We're building those.
Bookstore.
Bookstore.
Many cooking room in the Carmel.
One of the many cooking rooms. Many.
One of the many.
The Deca room.
The Deca room is bigger than my high school.
Right.
The Deca room.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's
I wonder how
awesome.
big that is overall.
I will say, the one thing that my high school had that high school obviously doesn't have was a frosty machine.
You had a frosty machine in your high school?
It was one of the best things ever in life.
Oh, yeah.
As a frosty
we did
machine.
not have a frosty
It
machine.
was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
School.
Wait till you hear the size
was
of this freaking
awesome.
school.
Oh, okay.
Screw you.
How big?
1,462,572 square feet.
Oh, my gosh.
55 acres of land it sits on.
1.4 million square feet.
Oh, this kid's supposed to learn in a dump?
Joe tells me his son's high school is a quarter mile end to end. Okay.
Wow.
So keep that in mind.
I love the field houses because they built that big old field house at the one big high school close to my house. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember the wrestling room off of as a separate building off of my high school. And it was tiny, and you had to duck down to get into it.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
It was kind of underground.
All
almost.
the wrestlers had to crawl in because I remember wrestling for about a day, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Right. I went through the same thing. I went in there, and I'm looking there, and it's it's hot because they're always trying to lose weight. And the room is it's like a sweatshop. These guys, he's like, look at our wrestling room. It's bigger than most houses in your neighborhood. What do you think of that?
At Capitol High School on the mean streets of Helena, Montana, the wrestling room was the same as the basketball room, and the same as the track room, and the same as where you ate.
Wherever.
It was the same.
A lot of people call that a multi-purpose room.
Yeah. I missed the planetarium in my high school.
Yeah, we did not.
I never checked that out, actually.
I would have killed for a radio station at my high school.
Oh, man. Come on now.
Radio. I took a basic radio and television course. It was in some dumpy room with a bunch of desks. We had no equipment. We had no equipment.
The only reason I became the audio visual guy was because I wanted to get out of class to take teachers their equipment.
Yeah.
And the equipment was stuffed in a back room. There was no studio.
Jeffy's been looking ways to get out of things forever. I love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They used to get so angry at me. I'd do the daily updates like there was no radio studio. It was a microphone in the principal's office where you do the daily updates.
Right.
And I'd show up for that. It was midday to school. I'd show up for that. Then I'd go home. I did my radio job and I'd go home.
Okay.
It'd be so.
So now that you have, so that's a high school in Indiana. Now read that next story there out of Chicago, leading into a video. Just think of that high school as we're going through this.
Chicago Teachers Union is preparing for collective bargaining talks with the city, and the union's president suggested the new terms would cost taxpayers $50 billion.
Education is a grift, and your children are pawns in so many ways.
$50 billion. So much for all of the signs, the lawn signs that go up during these cycles where they want more money from you. It's for the children. It's for the vote for the children. Vote for the children. That's why they need this new bond issue. It's for the children.
I will say, congratulations to Carmel High School in Indiana.
Yeah,
Not anywhere in that building.
What must that cost?
Nowhere in that building did I see a pride flag. Granted, or a BLM flag.
Wow.
We didn't go in any of the classrooms.
No, we didn't go in any of the classrooms.
I'm sure there's plenty.
And I will say that they, I got off about the Chicago schools, but I will say that they are creating students that probably aren't the brightest students. They have all this. They have all this access to everything.
They have a planetarium, though.
They have a planetarium. I know, but I saw an interview with Lawrence Jones on Fox News. Yesterday, and he's down in Florida. Talking to spring breakers. And if these are the students coming from Indiana to Florida for spring break.
So between the school grift and the different boards of education and the teachers unions, which
this is what you're getting. This is what you're creating.
Yeah, watch this. Watch.
This is what you're creating.
So tell me, how do y'all start y'all's day?
Morning routine. 2 things you can't live without. 2 things you can't live without. Bronzer and cocaine. Wake up, put on bronzer, cocaine. We're good for the day.
Bronzer, then cocaine.
And now I'm a senior in college, and here I am. Yeah, my 2 go-tos. Bronzer and cocaine.
And this is the first day of spring break.
Wow.
First day of spring break. First day of spring break.
Wow, you're not gonna make it to the end, girl.
That's what they're putting out.
Bronzers and cocaine.
Now, I will say I'm not opposed to what she's excited for.
She's either deaf or drunk in that clip.
Wow.
Yeah, both.
Wow.
Okay, but you got to see this teachers union chick in Chicago. Watch her. Watch this.
Because you know what the headlines are going to say once, people who have a scientific calculator get done with it. They're going to say these are great proposals and can't nobody pay for it. And CTU with all of this, that, and the other. And who's going to pay for it, Stacey? Stop asking that question. Ask another question.
Which is?
Wait.
What other question should I ask? She didn't have a suggestion on what question I should ask?
But that's how you get the chick in Florida on spring break, because those are the people that care about your child's education.
Wow.
Oh, and her grammar was beautiful too. Can't nobody. What was the quote? Play that again. What was the quote? Can't nobody.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good point. I'm sorry. That's a good point.
She gets to talk the way she gets to talk.
Sure, but it's not correct. All right?
It is for her.
No, it's not.
It is.
Can't, what was it? What did she say again? Play it, please. Can't nobody.
Because you know what the headlines are going to say once, people who have a scientific calculator get done with it.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to.
They're going to say these are great proposals and can't nobody pay for it.
Can't nobody pay for it.
She's the CTU president. The Chicago
That's what they're going to do.
Union
She's telling you what people are going to say.
president.
Can't nobody pay for it. That's what people are going to say.
Hey, they're fixing the SATs, though, and they're not going to use the number 2 pencils anymore. Now
Wait,
that's
what?
all digital and stuff. Yeah.
good.
So that'll be good, right?
Really?
And they're making it shorter.
Another company out of business.
It's going to be 2 hours and 14 minutes instead of 3 hours. And they'll have more time for each question.
Thank
Good.
goodness.
Yeah, let's make it easier.
Yeah.
Let's make it easier.
We are just
It's
dumbing it
everything's
down,
too
man.
hard.
I know.
Big pencil did not fare well.
No, they did not.
Big pencil.
That's a little disappointing.
Better than an alternative way you could have described that.
Oh, man. Incredible. I mean, it's
we live in
incredible.
amazing times.
We sure do. We sure
live in
do.
amazing
But
times.
Keep paying your taxes.
Our kids are going to have some
Yeah.
planetariums to enjoy.
Yes, they are.
At
Can't nobody pay for it, though.
$100 million
nobody pay for it.
schools and their $200 million football stadiums. So that's good. That's good.
What's awesome is when homeschool families get to use those facilities, too.
Yeah, except,
right.
except for no.
Pay your taxes, but don't enjoy the fruit of them.
Right. Now you've really pissed me
I
off.
know. I was just thinking the same
That
thing.
brings up a really sore subject right there.
Yep. Me too, brother.
Oh, man. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget overtime, which is coming up later on this morning.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.